First loss of the season. This is disappointing. This is Menace and the Monk, and we are talking about the Liverpool versus West Ham game. Let's start off. Let's unpack it. Let's start with the starting lineup first. I think the team pretty much picked itself. It's we don't have a lot of options at this point in time, unfortunately, because of injuries. Because of the lack of options that we have. That's the option. I mean, although I did think that Robertson could have done with a little bit of extra rest. Simicas did, pretty well. In all has done pretty well in all his outings that he has gotten, and I think we should have continued with him. But having said so, can't complain an awful lot. I do think that Andy Robertson still is the best left back in the world. It is just a lot of exhaustion because honestly he's played a lot of football for Liverpool, and a longer rest, perhaps the international break is the kind of break that would be absolutely brilliant for Andy. The rest of the team pretty much picked itself, and let's talk about the goals that we conceded and scored. Talking about West Ham's first goal, well, you have to understand that these things happen when you are playing a team that is so high on confidence right now. West Ham had just come off with a victory against Man City in the League Cup, and they have beaten Manchester United. They have beaten again in a cup competition. They have beaten Tottenham, Leicester, now us. So they are very high in confidence, and when you play a team like that, if you have those lapses in concentration, initial 5 minutes of the game, they get a corner, and Alisson just had that little bit of lapse in concentration, and boom, the ball is in the net. So you can't have that against a team that has its tails up like that. And West Ham are very high on confidence right now. Now, I think that we did pretty well when it came to when it came to coming back to the game after the goal that we conceded. I think that it was a pretty impressive performance from us in terms of dominating the ball. But however, the final pass, that killer pass in the front three or the final third, was missing. We had a lot of possession. We were in West Ham's half quite a bit, but we did not make anything of it. Credit to West Ham for coming back. The second goal, again, Alisson could have saved it, but I've got to say, you can blame Alisson for that, and he should and will be blamed for that. How did Jared Bowen cut through our midfield like that? It was like hot knife through a block of butter, and it's just three people around him, and nobody tries to stop him. And it's schoolboy stuff. Again, the third goal, Zuma just zooms past in our defense. He's just zooms past, and he had all the time in the world to make himself so big and put that one in the net. Look, we could blame Trent for that, but it was not just his mistake. It was just very bad organization in the box. How do you let a guy that big just run past everybody? Talking about our goals, I think we were the goals that we scored were absolutely fantastic. I think that both Trent and Origi have been brilliant. Virgil, got to give credit to him. It could have been ugly without him. So we've got to give credit to Virgil. It was a very good performance from him. I think that Ox in parts looked okay, but again, the midfield, there's nothing. There's not a lot of things that you can praise in the midfield performance today. The fullbacks, again, not good at all. It was disappointing, but look, we've also got to bring a little bit of perspective into this. This is 7th of November that we're talking about. We had not lost a game at all this season so far. The last loss came against Real Madrid in the Champions League last season. So I don't think personally that the league is over. We've got to give up on the league. I don't think that is the case. However, there needs to be a lot of tweaks in this particular team. We've got to make tweaks in the midfield, especially. We've got to do that. because the midfield right now is not doing anything for the attack, it's not doing anything for the defense. We're just going through the motions. And one thing I've got to say, that we've played our best football under Jurgen Klopp when we've had an engine in the midfield, a guy who can play the ball out from the deep, be the linkage, do that. And we've been missing that kind of a player since Naby Keita got injured. Although he's not exactly that kind of a player, but he can play out from the deep. So that has been a very, very big miss. We've played our best football under Jurgen Klopp when we've had a player like that. So let's hope that we have some players back in the midfield. Milner coming back will be a huge help. If Fabinho and Thiago can play together, that again could be of huge help. We've got to try something different. I'm not panicking yet, but things need to change soon. Things need to change very, very soon if we've got to keep this up. Well, now it's the time for the international break. Let's just hope that our players come back without any injuries. That's the major concern. We cannot have any more injuries in this team right now. And hope it gives players some time to clear their heads, not think about Liverpool and maybe think about their national teams. That allows them some time to come back and regroup, because we need it. This is Menace and the Monk. Cheers and bye-bye.